Hey there, welcome back to Coffee Talk. I am Nathan Montgomery, the broker owner of Next Home Central Realty, and I am joined once again by Jason McCloy from Cross Country. Glad to have him back. And we are at Juice and Java here in Cocoa Beach, kind of a mainstay icon of Cocoa Beach. So
oh yeah, the locals. This is the place.
It's the local place.
Yeah.
It's
Last
a local
time we
joint.
Yeah. Last time we were at Cafe Serpanista, and they're amazing too. But Juice and Java's right up there with
everybody knows.
If you know,
yeah.
you know.
If you know, you know. Yeah, exactly. So when you're in Cocoa Beach, make sure you wander over and grab a coffee here. So last time we talked about the 5 C's of the lending process, and today we're going to talk about more the lending process from like application to close. So take us away, Jason.
All right. So you're probably, if you're watching this, you're in the home buying process. You're looking to purchase your next home, whether that be your first home or a second home or investment property. And if you need a mortgage, that's where I come in. So we wanted to go over today the home financing process, not just the home buying process, the home financing process from A to Z. So what does that look like? So when you contact me, I'm either going to have you go on my website, fill out the application, we're going to do it over the phone, or we're going to do it in person. That application is critical. That is the piece that gets your income, your assets, all that stuff is on that application.
Right.
And so it's really critical that we get that right. You fill out the application, and that's going to be really the driver for what kind of documentation that we're going to need. So that could be things from pay stubs and W-2s to tax returns if you're self-employed, bank statements, things like that. Now, we have a lot of really cool tools at Cross Country Mortgage. So during that pre-approval application process, we have some digital verification tools for assets and for income. So we may not need a pay stub or W-2. We may not need a bank statement if we can digitally verify those things. That does a couple of things, right? So it eliminates documentation, but it also is going to let us validate the information on the front end. So I know confidently that yes, you have this much money, or yes, you make this much money.
Right.
So it's really cool. We're going to issue that pre-approval letter. That's the critical piece.
Yeah, we want that. We want that piece of paper that says this person can buy a house.
So that pre-approval letter, like Nathan said, is really important because that's going to allow
we can't even look at houses until we have it.
You got to have it. So that's going to allow you to make offers on properties and things like that.
Yep.
And the pre-approval letter, so some people call me and they're like, max me out. I want to see what's the most I can qualify for. Yeah, we can do that. Other folks are property specific. They're like, I want to be pre-approved for this house. We can do that as well.
Right.
But most folks, they just want a general idea because they're going to be driven by either payment or maybe it is property specific. But those are the drivers. So we're going to issue that pre-approval letter, get that to Nathan so he can make offers on your behalf. Then we're still going to be doing some work in the background, gathering the rest of those documents. We're not going to take our foot off the gas pedal because we want to be ready when you do go under contract to really like hit the road and go. So
well, and like we've talked about before, like in that contract, you've got timelines that are in there that we've got to follow. So we want to be staying on top of it, keeping the documents coming.
Absolutely.
Answering whatever questions need to be answered, so we can stay on track with the contract we have.
Absolutely, that's a great point because here in Florida, the contract does have timelines baked into it. So now. You and Nathan, you found the perfect house, you're under contract, the seller's accepted your offer. What happens next? So that's a critical phase because once you're past your home inspection, we are really going to get going now. So we're going to send some initial disclosures. Those are going to be electronically signed. At that point, we're going to discuss rate lock. You can lock your rate there, but you don't have to. Some people like to play the market. That's totally, we'll talk about that. But
I don't know, in this time, it may be just good just to lock it.
Maybe good just to lock it. But that's the.
But you guys can discuss that.
That's the point in which we're going to do that, and then that's also the time where we're going to order your appraisal and order the title work. So if an appraisal is required, and I say if because now we're getting a lot of property inspection waivers, which is really cool. So if you're putting down a lot of money or you've got amazing credit and your profile fits and the property fits, we may get a PIW, a property inspection waiver. It lets us close in as little as 10 days. So
a lot of time.
that's pretty cool. Yeah, because the largest thing that drives the timeline, right now is the appraisals.
Right.
The appraisals take so darn long. That's the thing. So we order the appraisal, we order title work. You're going to start shopping for homeowners insurance. If you haven't at this point, especially in Florida and especially during hurricane season, you want to be looking for your homeowners insurance at that point. So get that locked in.
And we'll provide you a list of people that you can contact. Of course, you can contact whoever you want, but we'll help you through that process.
Yeah. So you're getting all that done. We submit your file to the underwriter. The underwriter is going to review everything, issue the conditional approval letter. People say, why is it conditional? I don't understand why is it conditional. Because it's conditional on, at that point in the game, we don't have your appraisal. We don't have your homeowner's insurance finalized. Right. We may not have your title work back. So it's conditioned on those things coming in. But have no fear, once you have a conditional approval, you're pretty good. You're good to go. So then once we get the rest of the documents, that whatever the underwriter requests, If there's anything we may have missed or anything that comes up, we get those, we submit back for final review, and then the underwriter is going to issue what's called clear to close.
Yes, that's
So
the best sound.
everybody loves that phone call. That's my favorite
That's the
call to
call
make.
you can't wait to hear when we call and tell you that.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
That's probably one of my favorite parts of the job. So after we get that clear to close, then we're going to go ahead and schedule your closing. So that's when we're going to work with the title company to schedule a date and time. We're going to go in and sign your documents. Once you close, you get the keys to your beautiful new home.
Yep.
Nathan and them are compensated for their hard work. The seller gets their funds. Everybody's happy. Kumbaya. And then we fund the loan, and then we don't just drop you there. It's not like, okay, well, you're done.
Right.
We really do believe in a customer for life philosophy, and so what that means is that if you have an issue 6 months from now, 2 years from now, you can always call me. Don't call 1-800-ROBOT, whatever. You can always call me, and I'm here.
Bunch of numbers. And that's the same for us at Next Home, is that we want to continue to care for you, to answer your questions, to give you real estate advice, and whatever as life goes on, because eventually we do downsize or upsize or whatever. So we definitely want to make sure that people are taken care of beyond just those 30 or 45 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a good point. So 30 or 45 days. Right now, it's taking us about 30 days to close a loan. So from start to finish, if we need an appraisal, it's going to take about 30 days.
Okay.
If we don't need an appraisal, it could be as little as 10 days. So,
Yeah, awesome. Well, thanks, Jason. I appreciate Jason and Juice and Java for letting us hang out on their patio and sweat a little bit. But at least we have iced
It is
coffee.
a little hot.
iced
It is a
tea.
little hot.
But definitely some cool information. If you like this information, some of these documents, feel free to reach out to Jason. His contact info is at the end of the video. And until next time.